drum track, or drum take, sorry. And, sorry, I'm trying to get back here. Everything's in a feeling of disarray, trying to climb back here, all this stuff going everywhere. Okay, so I'm back with the drums again. In case you didn't see the last one, and you click on this one instead, I want to go through how I do this really quickly. I know it probably bores everyone else because I just made one of these videos. But what I have is 4 microphones. Basically the Recorder Man or the Glenn Johns method. Yeah, it's the Recorder Man with the Glenn Johns method kind of mixed in. So these 2 ribbon mics here are overhead mics, and I measure them, 2 sticks, then I kind of tilt it over, make sure I've got the same amount of distance between the mic capsule and the edge of the stick. Sorry, just making some little adjustments here, just to make sure you don't have phase issues, because that's what happens if you're not careful and you don't make sure that the distance is the same. Sorry. And there's just any little change makes a change. So I'm just making sure I don't have issues there. I got 2 microphones here, equidistant from the snare. This one is in track 2. I've got the fader at 100, it's armed. The gain is about 2 o'clock, and so it's the same thing on this one. And you could split these out, like pan them out. I'm not going to worry about it right now because I can do it later, but if you were on tape, like the old days, just go ahead and pan it out, just to get more of a stereo kind of feel, like spread the drums out. If you wanted that sound, you might want to keep it mono, who knows. Then, I've got a bass drum mic. It's about a drumstick out from the front of the bass drum, and it's a sealed bass drum. And then I'm going to number 4, and I've got the gain at about 2 o'clock, and I've got the track at 100. Then it's a little different with the snare mic. I've got it going to a microphone preamp called a Rane MS1B. That one's turned almost all the way down. Got the phantom power on because it's better on this outboard pre than it is on the actual Zoom. Not too good with the phantom power on the Zoom. Got the phantom power armed. I've got the minus 20 dB attenuator roll off on this pad. So this has you can roll it off, to get 20 dB off, because the snare is bam, it's loud compared to like singing or something like that, or a guitar. And that track is all the way down to 35, like I said, because this thing is more sensitive than these mics are. Okay, and it's closer to it's only 3 inches from the edge. I've got this little stick here with a 3-inch mark, and I just put it on the rim of the snare and aim it towards the capsule and make sure we're the same distance apart. Then, all the 4 tracks are armed. I've got my fader on the master at 100, and I check that by going to Pan EQ. I'm going to check track 1, that's at 35, track 2, 100, track 3, 100, track 4, 100, then make my way all the way over to that master, double checking, triple checking that that's at 100, because if it got boosted and you're at 103, you might peak and distort. If it's low, it's going to sound anemic, blah, blah, blah. So you want to make sure that everything is at 100. Unity gain, baby. Alright, so I'm putting my earplugs in, and it may seem stupid to put earplugs in and then put headphones on, but it rolls off a lot of the highs, and I end up leaving here without any ringing, whereas if I just do it raw, with nothing in between, it's a little more hard on the ears. And I've been playing, loud music since I was about 20 on stage. I'm 56, so that's 36 years of rocking in front of full stacks, half stacks, everything stack, combos, loud stuff, 120 dB plus. So I try to wear the earplugs as much as possible whenever it works. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get a take on camera. Now, what I've done, our old trick we used to do with Jeff Tomei back in the day is always get 3 takes, 3 good drum takes. Drum takes. So I got one that's pretty good. I bettered it, so I just erased the first one and kept the second one. So the second one is just sitting there. Now if I record and play on top of it and stop and it's not a good take, I just undo it, and that original good take stays there. You just got to be diligent and make sure that if you record anything, you undo it in order to keep that take there. Otherwise, if you forget and you start playing, you're going to only have the little bit that you recorded that you should have erased. That's going to be your take now, if you want to revisit that the take that you liked. So I get a good take, And then if I don't like the take, I undo it. And if I want to undo it and check the other one, if I decide to go back to the first one, I just hit redo. So you got to be careful with that undo, redo button. Okay, here we go. Let's get this. I feel like I did something wrong there. Sorry. I feel like I was making too much noise. Undo. So far I've undone 2 partial takes, to keep that original take on there. Here we go. Okay, I let it go all the way to 4 minutes just to let it ring out. I'll probably like, it'll be like da 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 da, and it'll stop. You know, that's the whole point of that ending. But you never know, and anytime something's ringing out, I try to capture it just in case. Who knows? I'm not sure exactly how I'll end the tune. Okay, so I don't think that was the take. I just like to capture one on camera just so I have, you know, a visual reference of me playing the part. But I think the last one was a lot better. That one had just, I don't know, there was just little moments where I didn't feel like it was executing as well, and like just little clicks and clacks, like just things that weren't as perfect as the last one. But what I'm going to do now is sit here and just compare them, you know, go back and forth. Once I make my decision, I'll undo the one that I don't want to use. Like I'll just undo this one if I listen to it and it's no good. Then when I leave the other one in place, once I undo this, I hit project to save it so that nothing happens. Before the update, there was the last firmware update, there was a issue where every once in a while, after you did something and you hit stop, the little clock would start spinning and there was nothing. So the take was lost. So from fear of that happening, now whenever I get a take, whatever instrument I'm playing, if it's vocals, guitar, drums, whatever, if I'm happy with the take, I quickly hit project or just turn it off, because that'll save it. Then turn it right back on or select the project again and start it back up. Just a little safety thing. Okay, so another drum take down the hatch. So now I can move to guitars on both songs and try to finish the newest song I've got going. I'd like to finish that and just come in here and lay drums on that too, while I've got everything set up, and while I'm working on guitars for the these two songs. It'd be cool to just have a third song to work on, just to keep the flow going. All right, so if anybody needs anything, any questions about how I'm doing this or any of the videos I make, don't hesitate to reach out and let me know, because I'd love to help. All right, next time.